Well, hi, everyone. Welcome back to Unit 5, Data and Society. Today, we're going to be talking about Lesson 6. Lesson 6 is keeping data secret. Keeping data secret. How do we do that? What does that mean? Um, aren't we keeping data secret every time we use our emails, we send somebody a message, or our phones when we text somebody? Isn't that all secret? Joke's on us, folks. It is not. There are so many different ways to hack our computers, hack our phones. So, how do we go about keeping that data secret? How do we go about maybe encoding it so no one else can see it? No one else can learn more about us without us telling them or without us knowing. This is kind of what we're going to talk about today. So let's touch on that real quick. A couple little history pieces. First of all, the purpose. As you have been encoding and decoding with data by using your phones or your computers, you have not been worried about the securing of the data that you are using. In this lesson, you begin to think about how you can ensure that only the intended recipient, which is the person you're sending the data to or receiving the data from, can read the data that you send or receive. You will use simple cipher to encode a message. You're going to understand that in order to encrypt a message, you need both an algorithm and a key. And that is important that the key be kept secret. The key is your ultimate piece of material that you use to keep everybody else from knowing what you are saying, what you are printing, what you are writing, and all the other information that you send. All right, so our objective today, we're going to apply a method of encryption to ensure that secure transmission of data. And we're also going to use both physical and digital security measures to secure data. All right, so our vocab words today, we have a couple of those. Decrypt, to change information so that its hidden meaning is shown. And encrypt, to change information that its meaning is hidden. So when we send something, we want to encrypt it. When we receive something, we are decrypting it. All right, so first of all, I'm going to have you go to the overview, and we kind of just went over the overview, so you really don't need to go into code.org for the overview as of yet. So why don't you go ahead and pull up your activity guide. It should be in your classroom. And so go to classwork in your classroom and pull up the activity guide for Unit 6, Lesson 6. And I'm going to go ahead and read the overview again for you, and we'll touch on those words again just to kind of get them into your head about what they mean and how we're going to be using them for this lesson. Okay, overview. You will be having a discussion on the different levels of security that you would like for personal data. Once the class has developed an understanding of the importance of privacy, you're going to learn about the process of encrypting information by enciphering a note for a partner and deciphering the partner's note. The class concludes with a discussion about the importance of both physical and digital security. Now, of course, we don't have a classroom, so we are going to have to be using kind of our own. You can use your parents to maybe put together a message and have them try and decipher it. You're going to have to use somebody in your house if you're doing this at home. So we'll go from there once we hit that part of the lesson. Okay, so vocab again: decrypt, to change information so that its hidden meaning is shown, and encrypt, to change information so that its meaning is hidden. All right, so go ahead and pull up your activity guide, and it should look like this. All right. Activity guide, keeping data secret. Okay, keeping the data secret. Encoding and decoding. Here is the binary codes for the emojis that you will use in this lesson. All right, so we're going to look at the first part. First part is each emoji has how many bits? We talked about this in the last lesson. Each emoji has, and we can go through and look at them, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're dealing with 6 bits. 6 bits. So each emoji has 6. Now, each one is different. We can use it by dark, light, or black, white. So black, white, black, white is the thumbs up. So using the codes that you have here and the emojis that you have, tell me what this means down here. this little piece right here. Use the chart above to decode the following message. Now, remember, we are having 6 bits, right? So let's go ahead and break them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the first one would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6 would be right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that leaves 6 at the end. So in case you can't see that, here's one break and here's the other break. Okay. So in those breaks, we are going to find out what these emojis mean, or which emoji goes in which spot. So go ahead and spend a couple minutes doing that on your own, and I'll get back to you in a second. Okay, we're back, and the first set is, can anybody tell me what it is? Ha, you're right. The first one is white, white, black, white, white, black. So if we look around, white, white, black, white, white, black, it's the house. It's the house. So the house goes down here. The next one, white, black, black, white, black, black. So we look around, white, black, black, white, black, black. Oh, there it is, white, black, black, white, black, black. So the next one is the person running. So we put the running person here. Then the last one, black, white, white, black, white, white. So black, white, white, black, nope. So we look at black, white, white, black, white, white. And there it is, the smiley face. Okay, so smiley face would go down here. Good. Okay, that's the first part. So now we've seen how we break up our code to come up with our answer for what the code represents. All right, so now encryption and decryption. Okay, here's a message. Let's get these off of here. Here's a message that has been encrypted. Encrypted messages have been changed so that only some people are able to read them. To use, or to try to use, the chart to decode the message. All right, so here's where we get into playing around with the key of the algorithm, okay? Before you can read the message, you will need to decrypt it. When you decrypt a message, you need to make it readable again. In order to decrypt this message, you'll need to know the algorithm and the key. The algorithm is the method that you use to hide your data. The key is the code that you use in the algorithm to keep your message secret. So our algorithm is what we use for the emojis. That's kind of our outcome. The key is how we come up with that outcome. All right. So let's go ahead and play around with that a little bit. We see that our algorithm is, or the first portion is what we will use for encrypting our message. All right. So if we look down here, down at the bottom, you're going to look at the algorithm first of all. Copy the encrypted message into the first row. Okay, so copy the encrypted message into the first row. So I will go ahead and put it as X's on here because I don't think you can see my marker. All right, so we're going to bring this message down here. Okay, so the message went white, black, and we went white, black, white, black, 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 and then we went white, and then we went black again. So make that just an X. And then we went white, white, and then black again. And then we went white, black, black. So we got 2 blacks. And then we went 3 whites, 1, 2, 3, and then the last one is a black. Okay, so we just took our encrypted message and we brought it down here. This is our encrypted message. We brought it from up here and put it in here. Now the next step is copy the key into the second row and keep repeating it until the end. The first 8 bytes are done for you. Okay, but how many bytes are in our key? There's only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each byte or each key has 4 bytes. So we went with the first one. They did it for us. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they did the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to continue on. So we go white, black, 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 white, and then black. And we go white, black, and white, black, And then it goes white, what? Black. So even though it doesn't completely do the key, we still put the continuation in. Okay, so we finish that off. Now, the decrypted message, all right? So for the third part, this is where we come up with how we want it to be read. For each bit in the third row, each of the two bits above it are the same, both white or both black. Color it black. Otherwise, leave it white. The first 6 bits are done for us. Okay, so what we do is we take the top 2. Here's a white and a white. They're the same, so we make it black. Here's a black and a black, so we make it black again because they're the same. Here's another one, white and white. We make it black because they are the same. Black and black, they're the same, so we make it black again. Now, here's where we switch around. Here's a white, or a black and a white. It stays white. And here we have a black and a black, so those two are the same. We make it black. Here is a white and a white. They're the same, right? So we're going to make that a black. Okay, go ahead and spend a couple minutes. I want you to finish it out, see what you come up with. And I'll get back to you and we'll go through it together. Okay, welcome back. Okay, so here we are. Black, black. You should have put a black in there because they are the same. Here we have a white and a white, which is the same, so we make it another black. Okay, then we have a light, a white, and a dark. That stays white. Here we have a dark and a light. That stays light. Here we have a light and a dark. That stays light. Here we have a dark and a light. That stays light. Here we have a dark and a dark, so we make that another dark. Here we have a light and a light, so that stays dark. And we have one of each, light and a dark, so that stays light. Here we have a light and a light, and we make that one a dark one. And we have a dark and a dark, so we make that one a dark one. So now we've taken this and we've now looked at it and we now have our code encrypted or decrypted. Okay, so what's our message going to be? Remember, how many bits were they? They were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 bits. So we're going to go 6 bits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the first one will end right here. Okay, so the first one is dark, 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 dark. Okay, remember, dark, 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 dark. So 4 darks, 1 light, and a dark. So 4 darks, 1 light, and a dark. What do you know? There it is. And it is the turtle. So the first word is turtle. Okay, then we look again. Here's our next one. Remember, we're going 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll end right here. So we go dark, 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 light, light, light. So 3 darks, 3 lights. So we look up here, 3 darks, 3 lights. Ah, looks like a donut. My favorite breakfast of choice. So 3 and 3 comes up to be a donut. So our answer here would be a donut. Okay, and the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we go light, dark, dark, light, dark, dark. Okay, so we go light, dark, dark, light, dark, dark. Oops, we kind of messed up with that. Let's see, light, dark, dark, light, dark, dark. And there it is, person running again. All right, good. All right, so that takes care of this part of it. Okay, we know our message now. And here we go on to the second portion of it. Okay, using the same algorithm, decrypt the message, following message. This time, the key is different. Okay, so our key is going to be a little bit different. All right, so here we go. We're going to type in this right here on the first line. The key is going to be different down here using this key, and then we'll encrypt the message. So this one I want you to go ahead and do on your own. Spend a few minutes and see what you come up with for your answers. What is the message? All right, so go ahead and do that. Okay, we're back, and let's go ahead and do this. All right, first of all, the encrypted message. Okay, so we're going to go with a dark. Then we go with a light dark, so light, dark. And then we go with light, light, so 2 lights. And then 2 darks, so we go dark and dark. And then we go 1 light and 2 darks, so 1 light, 2 darks. And then we go 2 lights and 1 dark, so 2 lights and 1 dark. And then 1 light, 2 darks, 1 light, 2 darks. And then we go with a light and a dark. Okay, so that's the encrypted message. It's right here. It was given to us. Now we're going to do the key. The key is 3 lights and 1 dark. So 1, 2, 3 lights and 1 dark. 1, 2, 3 lights and 1 dark. 1, 2, 3 lights and 1 dark. And 1, 2, 3 lights and 1 dark. And 1, 2 lights. Okay. So here's a question. Why is it that we can go ahead and use the key or use a half a key here? We continue using the key for as long as we have space because the ultimate message is using 6 bits, right? So we need to make sure that this portion of our message comes out to be at least a 6, a 12, an 18, a 24, and so on. Otherwise, we have an incomplete message. So remember that. So this can come out just be a half a key. That's what we're using. Okay, let's go through and do the same thing. All right, first of all, we got a dark and a light, which means that we leave it light. We got a light and a light, so we keep it. This one's a dark. And then we go dark and a light, stays light. Light and a dark stays light. Light, light, we make that one a dark. We have a dark and a light, stays light. Dark and a light, stays light. Light and a dark, stays light. Dark and a white. I probably should say white, not light. Okay, so let's go with, I'll say that. Dark, white, black, white. White, black, white, 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 white. We make that a black. White, black, make that white. Black, white, we make that white. Here's a white, white, so we make that one a black. And black, white, white, black, black. Okay, we get to put in another black here. We go white, white, we get to put in another black because they are the same. And the last one, black, white, we stays white. So now let's go and look at our message. Okay, remember, we're going 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we go right to this point. So we have a light, or white, black, white, white, black, white. So white, black, white, white, black, white. So white, black, white, white, black, white. And there it is. It's a bicycle. So you should have gotten the bicycle on that one. And if you did, congratulations, you are the winner. Okay, the next one. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, here's the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we go from, okay, so we go 1, 2, 3 white, 4 whites, 1 black, and 1 white. So 4 whites, 1 black, 4 whites, 1 black. Oops. 4 whites, where'd it go? Where does it go? Where is it? 4 whites, 1 black. And there it is. 4 whites, 1 black, and 1 white. It's the star. Well, I guess we could call it the star. Okay, and the last one. Sorry, I kind of got confused on that with my little lady that kind of jumped ship up there. Okay, that one lasts 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starts right here. So we go white, black, white, black, black, white. So white, black, white, black, black, white. So white, black, white, white, or excuse me, white, black, white, black, black, white. There it is, the sad face. All right. So that is the way we encrypt or decrypt and encrypt. Actually, we're decrypting it right here. A message using our algorithm and our key code. Okay. So now what I want you to do is go ahead and try and do something like that with your parents and use this one right here. Give them something. Give them a key. In other words, make your message. Give them a key and see if they can do it for you. And go from that. You're also supposed to do it with a classroom, which we cannot really do because you don't really have a classmate close by. So we're going to go ahead and conclude it here. What did you get out of it? Hopefully you got the point that in order to encrypt and decrypt something, you must have both an algorithm and a key. Okay, algorithm being the method that you want to hide your message. Okay, so here's our algorithms. I mean, here's what we're trying to get across for our messages, and our key is what we use to decrypt our code. Okay, so that's how it works. I hope you got something out of this one. It's a real quick lesson. It's kind of fun in a way, so you can play around with it. Um, so I look forward to seeing you again in the next lesson, and have a good afternoon.